have to get Gene out of the game without blowing him up.
Well, okay then. So how do we get him out of there unharmed?
We have to match up the candy so the Gene will drop to the bottom. And we can't match him with any yellows, or else...
Oh, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Oh boy, that can't be good. Okay, so let's see how Jailbreak demonstrates here.
Watch.
Okay then, not a problem.
You got it?
Match 3 in a row. Don't blow Gene up. Got it.
And we have to be very careful.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can trust him to rescue Gene from certain death since his last attempt quite failed miserably, and that he doesn't seem to care about his well-being that much anyways by the looks of it. Alright, let's just see what he can do to help. I have my doubts.
Yeah. Careful. Woohoo! Candy! Watch it! No! Slow down! Not the yellows! Not the yellows!
I said careful!
Well, this is going pretty well. While they try to rescue Gene for the second time, we quickly cut to Alex, who doesn't seem to know whether or not he should go talk to his secret crush, Addie McAllister, being voiced by Teddy Gabrielle, and ask her if she would like to join him at their school's annual fall dance.
Hey, Addie, I was just wondering if you are...
Tasty.
What?
Delicious.
Excuse me?
Sweet.
Oh boy.
Oh, hi, Nikki. See you later, Alex.
What the hell? Why would those girls think that he was talking without opening his mouth while a disembodied robotic manly voice was speaking from his smartphone and thought that what he was doing was intentional? I mean, how seriously retarded are they just to assume that a game app accidentally going off in someone's pocket was coming from the owner's mouth anyways?
Wireless, how may I help you?
Wireless? Like, really? Why are these writers still trying to convince themselves that they're clever with rhyming their words every time?
I'd like to make an appointment. It's like this phone is playing games with me.
Well, apparently you're actually correct about that. Your phone is definitely playing games with you by free will without you realizing it, unfortunately. Speaking of which, how is Jailbreak and High Five doing with their rescue mission anyways?
Whoa! Hey! What does this do? Get me out of here!
Not so well.
Stop getting in! Ow, stop it! Stop! Ow!
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, so now what?
It's not working!
Well, there's one option left. We line you up with the yellows.
But you said not to do that!
Special candies get transported to that jar. The game might think you're a special candy.
I guess that could work.
And what if it doesn't think I'm a special candy?
Well...
Jesus!
Jailbreak, hello? Hello, jailbreak.
Sorry.
What the...
What if it doesn't think I'm a special candy?
Oh, I'm not too worried about it.
You know, I usually would judge those who would use the same old fake out scenario cliche with most films and how predictable they can be sometimes. But in this case, I have to admit that I actually wasn't expecting that at all. So yeah, I honestly would be annoyed by that if it wasn't for the timing and execution of making the audience think that she accidentally killed him right on the spot without any hints of her having an overactive imagination there. These writers sure like to be dark. I'll give them that at least.
Okay, just do it.
Oh, here it comes.
Gene! Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
You're alive! You were trying to see if I had somehow turned into candy, weren't you?
Yes, I was. And you have not.
Wow. So you're expecting for him to get turned into a piece of candy so you could eat him either dead or alive? What the actual fuck, dude? Anyways, let's just see how things are doing back at Texopolis.
Looks like something popped up on Alex's calendar. I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh wow, so much for being responsible and not just slacking on a job there, you guys. Way to go. So once this piece of news update gets brought up at the board meeting, this resulted in everyone there to literally panic as this might bring some possible bad news for them, and so Smiler tries to handle the situation here.
Everything is fine. Maybe Alex just wants to buy some accessories.
His appointment is with technical support.
Oh boy, another tired out cliche. I can't wait to see more.
Well, I'm sure we still have plenty of time to figure this out.
His appointment is for tomorrow.
Oh come on, I wasn't actually being serious about it.
Then maybe it's just for some routine maintenance?
Actually, it's to erase the phone.
Oh, okay, I guess that was kind of new right there. I'll give you that as well. Okay, so let's just go back and see what our game is doing.
Listen, Jean, I'm about to become your knight in shining armor.
You are?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, I knew this would happen. You see, with that line right there, that would only be a subliminal hint to suggest that this was meant to be ironic to those who can relate to the notion that men are viewed as the devil, while women are looked up to as angels when it comes to the extreme feminist community, apparently. Wow. So I guess it was true all along about those rumors that SJWs are trying to destroy Hollywood as we know it by spraying their propaganda within pop culture and the rest of the entertainment world in order for them to feel more entitled to their politically correct ideals as it seems. I mean, it's not like that there hasn't been any films in the past that portray women in an encouraging, positive light with strong personalities or goals. And so I just don't see why some feminists would think that women are not being portrayed equally as men in any form of media when that hasn't been the case at all for the last several decades now. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is, why are SJWs trying to ruin everything, especially in anime films towards kids?
But first, we need to get uploaded to the cloud.
And Gene just rolled his eyes behind Hi-Fi's back. You know, I usually would find that type of body language extremely rude, but in this case, I'm okay with this. He deserves all the scorn in the world for being such a disgusting prick.
That's where we'll find the source code to reprogram you.
The cloud? Isn't that off the phone?
Ding, 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 ding. You got it.
Well, that plan doesn't seem that bad so far.
Yep, the cloud. Off the phone.
Why is he a thing that even exists?
We're in Candy Crush, Ops. I know a shortcut to Just Dance, which is right next to Dropbox, where we can get uploaded to the cloud.
Well, hey now, that doesn't seem like a bad idea at all, now doesn't it? I don't see the problem with that.
Of course, just dance, then boogie over to Dropbox, catch the link, and zoom.
Hold up, here's the stinker. Before they let us into the cloud, we have to get past this firewall.
Whoa!
The firewall uses face identification.
Yep, the firewall.
Which is really annoying because I've already tried to get through. Guessed wrong once and now I'm locked out for life.
Well, that sucks to be you. You know, I also had a similar issue like that as well in the past whenever I try to access to any of my old accounts, especially my first YouTube channel before I got hacked last year. So yeah, I feel your pain there.
Oh, you're thinking, because I can make different faces, the firewall will think I'm different emojis.
Yeah, I wanted to say it because it was my idea. You know, women are always coming up with stuff that men are taking credit for.
Again, that's not always the case for everyone. I mean, it's true that men have been pretty common for numerous achievements throughout world history and all, but women had also made other big accomplishments just as much as men did in the past, and I don't see why you would complain about it. Jean here isn't even going to take advantage of you or anything like that just to take credit from you for any reason unless someone might have did that to you at one point in the past. But of course, you didn't even bother to explain that either.
You know what?
Wait a sec. Are you telling me that High Five wanted to make a comment on her opinion involving her views on men? No. Just no. You can't make him have an opinion on this because we, the audience, don't want to be on his side if he was trying to defend Mince's image since he's such an asshole with no depth whatsoever. Don't even go there, movie.
Well, then let's hit the road. High five. You coming?
Wait, so you're not gonna question her view on that subject matter there since you're a male as well? This film definitely has a lot of subliminal messages involving fascist SJW agenda besides hinting dirty jokes in it. That's for sure.
I'm coming! Ah! Why do I always think I'm gonna come around on black licorice? Ah!
I bet that black licorice was meant to be a metaphor for accidentally stepping over a black cat to bring him a lifetime of bad luck within the Candy Crush universe, perhaps. I hope that was the case.
My precious!
Hey, move it!
Honestly, Jailbreak, I think it would be best that we should just leave him behind since he's pretty much useless by this point. So why even bother? As we now cut to Jean's parents, who are still searching for him outside of Texopolis for God knows how long, they're being followed by a few anti-virus bots who are possibly planning on a sneak attack on them when they suddenly end up walking into...
What a visual treat. And I don't even need a remote.
A Japanese music video of PPAP performed by Picotaro being played inside a YouTube app. It finally made a reference to YouTube in this film. Well, this is kind of awkward having to watch this while actually doing my job here for the first time on his website. How does anyone feel about that?
That guy is so expressive.
He reminds me of Gene.
Yeah, sure. He's just as expressive as Gene. I can kind of see their semblance here.
Yeah, something's really wrong with him.
Mel.
Oh wow, you're still disappointed in your own son after everything he has been through? Just unbelievable.
Our son is a malfunction, and you should never have let him go into that cube.
Don't blame me for this, Mel.
Oh, for the love of God. You two are the ones who should be blamed for your own decisions to not only allow your son to get inside one of those cubes, but you two also had never raised him to be the perfect man that you want him to become so badly in the first place. Therefore, it is both your responsibilities as parents to make sure that he was heading for the right path in life, if it even counts as life from your low reality's perspective. But in the end, you both had failed him.
I am hopping mad at you. See?
Mary, I think we're being followed, but don't overreact.
Uh-oh.
I told you not to overreact.
She's overreacting? Okay then.
What are you doing now?
Yeah, good point. I wonder what she was trying to do there. Probably just watch something pointless, perhaps?
They'll be in there for hours.
No way. They just included the cutest kitten on YouTube ever video from 2009. Not only that, but they even threw in a stock audio recording of a random kitty meowing that didn't even belong in that video the last time I've checked. Also, what do you mean by hours? That video clip only lasted for like 33 seconds. Unless you set up a repetitive loop edited version of it that might have lasted for hours, since some YouTubers had done this before in the recent past, if that's what you were trying to get at. But seriously, I think the only reason the writers thought this would be a good idea was simply because they knew that cute internet cat videos would trick their audience into watching this film by playing with our emotional soft spot just to convince us to give this film another chance. There are just no words to describe how manipulative that tactic was for this film to go into that psychological territory. That is just so wrong. I mean, how dare they?
Mary, where are you going?
I think we should go our separate ways, Mel. I thought I knew the meh that I married, but maybe I don't.
But Mary?
Oh wow. So Mary here just decided to force Mel just like that after she just recently saved themselves, and then having Mel to react with such a slightly surprised tone in his voice while making a straight face and having his arms out in confusion. I'll admit, that was just brilliant. Anyways, I wonder how Gina and his so-called friends are doing right now.
Thanks for helping us. It's really nice of you.
NBD, dude. The truth is, you're helping me.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure what you meant by them helping you when the point of this mission was to help them get their reputations in check.
Let's move it. Why so slow?
Hey, Five, stop. Why are you getting so close? What's with you? Back off.
Can't stop now. I'm having a sugar rush. I'll go around you. If I stop moving, my heart's gonna explode.
Jeez, dude. Why can't you have just cut yourself off from eating any more candy to the point where you now have to suffer from sugar rush because of your own bad habits and stupidity? Now you're just gonna be a much bigger burden than you already were.
Coming through, jailbreak. Look out!
Hey! Watch it, knuckle butt!
I can't feel my face.
I agree, he sure is a knucklebutt. He seriously needs to learn his manners before making himself into a bigger jackass after all that sugary junk he consumed, since now he won't be able to shut up.
So, Jailbreak, back there you said I'm helping you.
I've been trying to get past that firewall for months.
Oh, okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, even so, the main purpose of this mission is to still help them become more inclusive among their peers instead of being outcasts. I mean, you agree to this.
Come on. The faster we get there, the faster I become a favorite.
I have to ask again. Why is he still hanging around with you guys throughout this whole journey?
Oh, look at me.
I just want to bounce out of here, get off the phone, and live on the cloud.
Oh, whoa.
Well, let's just hope that this whole trip was worth it.
Ow! What just happened?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't like it here?
There's so many rules here. What is up with that? The cloud is supposed to be amazing. There's so much to see and do.
Uh-oh. Sugar crash. I can't hold on anymore. Catch me, Gene. Catch me!
I guess he finally crashed after all. I was wondering when he was ever gonna stop. And by the way, Jailbreak, I can't exactly guarantee you that where you want to go to would be what you were expecting, since you've never been there before. I'm just saying that you might be trapped inside of the cloud storage, since Dropbox is known for hosting all sorts of files. Even though I've actually never used a Dropbox before until I later found out about it, and that it was somehow installed onto my iPhone besides using iCloud for that matter. But still, don't try to have too much high hopes there.
And you can be whoever you want.
Thanks.
No problem, pal. So while they have a little bit of fun traveling through a digital tunnel as their form of transportation, Jean would soon end up having second thoughts in regards to questioning Jailbreak's true identity, which is totally understandable.
You know, come to think of it, I don't really remember there ever being a hack or emoji.
Oh, you know, you're taking up too much of my brain space. Let's keep the chit-chat to a minimum.
Wow, so apparently she just flat out rejects his question by being in denial and acted like it was nothing suspicious there at all. I'm pretty sure that not only that would make the audience suspicious at all, but that would also result in making Jean to have some trust issues with you down the line. Just saying.
Ooh, someone likes you.
What are you talking about?
This is just like when Peace Sign gave me just one finger. I knew she was in love with me.
Well, gee, I bet there was a pretty good reason why the peace sign emoji ironically gave you the finger in the first place, while you obviously didn't get the memo there. Also, there hasn't been any indication that those two are in love with each other. I mean, what proof do you have, honestly?
Let's go.
Oh, that's just great. You guys are just staying around without having to follow her while talking to each other at the same time, just so you can get her annoyed reaction for the audience to get a cheap laugh out of it. Even though I really don't see the appeal in being yelled at by anyone for that matter. Seriously, do these writers think that this type of shit is funny?
Oh, I'm never eating another piece of candy ever again.
High five, don't do it. Don't you do it. It's already been in there once. Don't do it. Wow.
How disgustingly pathetic.
Move it.
Well, my finger's getting fat. I'll tell you what, this bandage wasn't so tight before.
Ha! 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 And so once they arrive at some dark, empty app, Jailbreak comes up with another plan.
We get through this app, and Dropbox is right on the other side. We just need to keep it super DL in here. And no matter what, we can't turn it on.
OMG, this turned it on! What? I'm a hand, it's a big red button!
He sure knows how to screw things up with every trip we stop by, doesn't he? Again, why is he seriously involved in any of this since he hasn't been any help lately? So now that High Five has caught the attention of the anti-fire spots, who so happen to be roaming nearby coincidentally, they try to track them down as they follow the commotion in the area. And while that's happening, these three end up being taken by surprise once they discover that the app they so happen to stumble upon turned out to be...
Welcome to Just Dance! Follow my moves and you get to move forward. Do the wrong moves and you get an X. 3 strikes and you're out.
The host of the Just Dance app is being voiced by the award-winning pop/R&B singer and actress Christina Aguilera. First they hired Patrick Stewart to voice a poop emoji, and now this? There truly are no words to describe how much Sony had abused celebrity cameos in their anime films lately.
Out? What does she mean by out?
Digital death.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, thanks to you, Fingers. Now we're gonna have to dance our way out.
Which is alright with me, because I can shake it like Michael. Or Michael's glove, anyway.
Oh my god, please, just make him stop!
Are you ready to dance?
This is bad, Jean. I can't dance. I got no groove.
Come on, everybody can dance.
Jean, you do understand that not everyone in the world can dance, right?
Not me, okay? I'm really stiff. See? I don't understand.
Okay, no, stop. She has to stop.
Okay, so she's right about not being good with her dancing skills. But honestly though, I don't think it's the worst thing I had ever seen in my lifetime since it looks kind of basic to me. I mean, I've seen some worse dancers before, And I should know from participating in my past high school dance events in Zumba.
I see now what you are saying. Just follow her moves.
Ready to dance in 3,
This I can't do.
2,
Dude! Oh, just shut up and...
dance!
Wow, high five. You sure know how to be encouraging and supportive to her lack of dance ability and confidence by telling her to shut up and dance like it's not a life or death situation or anything. I bet he only said that to her simply because he was probably getting sick and tired of her and Gene trying to shove Candy down his big mouth to shut him up from their previous app visits. Anyways, let's just get on with the game. You know, this song may not be all that bad to be honest, but I would still rather listen to something more exciting or energetic like metal, hip hop, techno, or anything else that I would dance to than this. Whoa! Somebody go help her out.
Jailbreak! I got you!
There you go.
Look, just feel the music. Express yourself.
Through dance?
Well, I'm actually impressed by Jean encouraging her to believe in her own abilities. Way to go, dude.
Yeah, you got it. Go, girl. Now throw some sauce on that dance burrito. Woohoo!
I'm doing it! I'm fully nailing this dance!
You got it.
The gray skies out of my way. You make the sunshine bright.
Oh boy, you definitely can count on your 5 fingers that you wish you earned 5 stars from those moves. But of course, the writers here say otherwise.
You're moving on to free dance. Impress us with your moves to move forward.
More dancing?
Apparently so, Jailbreak. Apparently so. Oh boy, I know where this is heading. Isn't that right, writers?
You're killing it, Jane! Slay!
Nice! Shake it, Gene! You won't break it!
Oh god, they just threw in an ass joke.
Wait a minute. I've never seen that dance before. What's it called?
Yeah, I agree. I also want to know what the hell he was doing just moments ago.
The emoji pop?
So, I'm guessing he might have screwed up badly here by the look on her face?
You do?
What? She actually loves it?
Everybody, do the emoji pop!
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me! Whoa! Well now, I honestly didn't expect that she was this Princess Emoji who was only mentioned once in this entire film. And I guess that would also explain why Jean initially became skeptical of her true identity, since we all know that a hacker emoji doesn't even exist. So I wonder how he and High Five will handle this revelation.
Princess!
Wow, so I guess High Five handled it by bowing down to her like the little bitch servant that he is. I bet he probably feels real stupid now for the way how he acted and treated her this whole time. Probably.
Whoa, you're the princess Emoji? You never got off the phone.
And now you know.
Welcome, new players!
What?
Who?
Oh no!
Wait, what? What's the problem here? Oh, right. I almost forgot about those anti-fire spots still trying to hunt down Jean. My bad.
We gotta go.
Don't worry, they're robots. They can't dance.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Downloading funk protocol.
Oh, I guess he was wrong then. Never mind.
Can't dance, he says.
Apparently not. So now that these two have to deal with these anti-fire spots again after being caught the second time, I wonder how things are doing with Alex lately at this moment.
Congratulations, you're a disco diva! Hey Alex, you gonna dance for us?
Alex, that's extra homework for you.
Hey, Alex, you gonna shake it?
Oh my god. Where do I begin? First of all, Alex, you should have reconsidered on just putting your phone on mute before even coming into class, or perhaps even better, turn it off completely so that you could focus more on your in-class worksheets without being distracted. Second of all, Alex's teacher, like I said from before, you could have just either told him to put his phone away in his pocket or his backpack, or perhaps to simply take his phone and lock it away in your desk so that he could get back after class. I mean, how is giving him more extra homework would be able to teach him a lesson as your way of punishment? It's not that hard to use any of those options since they're more effective that way. Be a better example here. Third, why are his classmates laughing at him about his phone going off? I thought they would be more annoyed since they were trying to concentrate on their assignments without any distractions. Despite the fact that some high schoolers hate homework, however. But I'm guessing that they didn't care about that, since it seems to me that everyone in his class think of him as a loser, and they just love being typical bullies to his personal mistakes. Jeez, these writers sure love to use stereotypes and all movie cliches in this film, don't they? And fourth, you haven't thought about double checking your own phone to see if there wasn't any viruses or malfunctions in it, as you just now decided to delete one of your apps instead of doing it earlier before coming to class? Maybe perhaps you should also consider deleting your piracy app as well, since there's plenty of viruses inside of that shit. Anyways, let's just get back to whatever is happening to Gene and his friends at the Just Dance app by this point.
Alex must be deleting the app.
Oh, you think? So now that the Just Dance app is starting to get deleted right before our eyes and possibly killing the lives of those who are a part of that game app, Gene and Jailbreak would have to figure out how to escape before they too get deleted along with the rest of the others here.
Come on! Oh, this song is my jam!
Yeah, I can see how this would be your jam. You obviously prefer to listen to more Chickmunks remix versions of pop music, don't you? You know, YouTube has plenty of that type of shit that you can check out if you're interested. Be my guest. Okay, I'll also have to admit that not all Chickmunks remixes of certain songs aren't all that cringy. Just as long as those versions of whatever song is being remixed isn't completely out of tune. Although I prefer nightcore remixes, just to be honest here.
High five! Come on, let's go!
Well, that was unfortunate and a bit depressing.
Hurry!
Oh god, oh god, oh god, is he gonna make it?
High five!
Gene!
I got you!
Oh, thank god he survived. How fortunate.
Gene! High five!
Oh, never mind. I guess he's dead then. Finally!
With High Five now finally being got rid of for good, we cut to Gene and Jailbreak getting out of the deleting app unharmed and alive, but now we also have to cut to Alex relocating one of his apps and drag it down towards where these two are standing by, assuming that they'll also die as well in the process.
Gene!
They just used the same gig from before, but by turning it around to Jailbreak to be the one to scorn him in place of High Five. Like, seriously, why do they think that making a character to get judged in annoyance by another for being scared whenever they're in the face of danger would be considered to them as comedy gold? You know what, writers? Do yourselves a favor and just go kill your careers for your unfunny jokes. I think the audience and I would really appreciate it.
Hey, wait. Where's High Five?
What do you mean? You two just witnessed him being taken away in front of you, like just moments ago.
Alex trashed the app. And High Five right along with it.
Wait, what? Wait, trashed? High Five is in the trash?
Dude, why would you seriously care about that asshole? He has been nothing more than a worthless sack of obnoxiousness and narcissism who had an unhealthy sugar addiction and only thinks about his own well-being but no one else's. And the fact that you and Jailbreak have been constantly annoyed by him throughout this whole journey only contradicts with what you're saying here. Gene, I think it would be best that he should just rot there for the rest of his life while you and Jailbreak can just continue with your destination and just forget about him.
He wanted to dance, but I knew it was a bad idea. I'm so sorry.
No. It's fine. You don't need to apologize for anything here. You pretty much did the whole world a favor to let High Five pay the consequences for his own misdeeds and ignorance.
We gotta get him out of there.
Gene, Dropbox is right here. That's our ticket to the cloud. And the trash is on the other side of the phone. We don't know how many other bots are out there.
You know, I would have said to you that maybe perhaps you two can always walk around the apps instead of going through them as shortcuts, since it seems to me that having to go through them only took up a lot of your time than it is to take the other option. But then again, I realize that we don't need to rescue High Five anyways. So let's not waste any more time and just move on to the Dropbox app.
I'm sorry.
No way! We can't go without High Five. I don't care how far away it is.
Gene.
That's my friend down there. I'm not just gonna leave him to get deleted.
Oh my god! Get over that piece of garbage and focus on your goal. He was never your friend in the first place. If he really was your friend, then he wouldn't be treating you like a sidekick, or to just use you for his own benefit, or expect you to become a big nuisance towards you and Jailbreak to the point where he almost got you all into trouble without any concerns for your own safety. Because I can guarantee you that true friends don't treat each other like the way how he's been treating you, since respect is a two-way street. So please be smart about this and let that trash do its business with him, because he seriously fucking deserved it.
What? What is it?
I've always just thought you gotta look out for number one.
Well, what good is it to be number one if there aren't any other numbers?
Wow. Okay.
Whoa, now hold on a second. Why are you taking offense to what Jean just said to you there? All he was trying to say is that you can't be the only friend to him since he had another, even though I disagree, obviously. And that he cares for other people's lives besides only think about one person over the others since he was just trying to be fair and it was anything personal towards you at all whatsoever. So please don't take anything what he says out of context because I seriously don't want to see or hear any conflicts between you two throughout this godforsaken film. It's bad enough that it already is. And by the way, Jean, I don't think you were malfunctioning when you were expressing your concerns for someone's well-being, since I understand that you were trying to make a point to her, so I don't think you should apologize for that. Except that you should rethink about your thoughts on high five and be more reasonable, as I had already made my points.
I'm sorry, this is my malfunction. I can't be meh about anything. This is why I'm going to get reprogrammed.
Well, that's actually kind of cool.
Wait, really?
Wait, what?
You know, I think I know a shortcut. We can take the music streams in Spotify. Let's go give that big hand a hand.
No, just no. You're not going to change any plans. You and Jean had came all the way this far to reach your destination to accomplish your goals, and you're not going to go back and rescue High Five. He's nothing to you. Also, why did you just tell him that his malfunction was cool, since I thought you were offended by his words not too long ago, even though you took it the wrong way? I mean, seriously, why would you suddenly change your mind about not saving High Five, and you even just admitted that it's okay to go to another app like it was a big deal, despite the fact that you said from before that it would take forever to go through numerous apps? Especially since you said at one point that you had no idea how many apps there are, but now you're telling me that you know where Spotify is located at in order to get to the trash section? What the hell? And by the way, whoever composed the music score of that scene sure knows how to quickly shift from a serene tone to a more technological, trendy tone without any build-up in order to create some kind of emotional atmosphere. Which there's none. So after that little melodramatic, inconsistent moment between these two, they decided to change plans by going back to rescue their piece of leftover from out of the trash where he should belong, and that we not only get to see how many apps this kid has in his phone to such ridiculous proportions, but we also cut to Smiler at our board meeting to see how things are going with her secret plan.
Alex trashed the Just Dance app, and her bots are offline, and it's giving me a real headache.
Oh goody, more clever emoji puns. Like there wasn't enough of it already.
I am so angry. I really need to stay happy. Can we please lighten the mood?
No one can resist una fiesta.
Ole! Not that happy.
Well, that was pointless.
We've only got 4 hours before Alex's phone appointment. If they find a malfunction on the phone, we are all gonna be wiped.
Seriously, can you get any more creepier and psychotic than that?
She said wiped. Aim higher, Steven.
I think by this point, I just feel like giving up and complaining anymore about these worthless puns, since it obviously won't make any difference so far into this film.
I didn't want to have to do this, but it is fun to press buttons.
And what would that be exactly then, Miss Psycho?
The illegal upgrade.
Oh boy. This might get pretty serious since she completely lost her mind if she'll be doing something illegal here. By the way, Stephen, I can definitely see why you reacted with joy, since you, as the devil emoji, would love anything that's illegal, obviously.
Now that makes me happy.
Yeah, I think we can all safely say that her sanity went completely over the charts by this point. So anyways, let's just see how things are going inside that trash from before and find out if High Five is either alive or dead.
I just want to dance. Dance, please.
Quiet, you sassy gypsy.
Oh wow, that's just awful. I honestly feel bad for her more than anyone else in this film. Okay, maybe Jean is another who I kind of feel the same for as well. And she didn't do anything to deserve that kind of fate or to get scorned by that little asshole pirate virus just for cheap laughs, since she was just an innocent minor character who isn't that insufferable unlike the others, and somewhat kind of fun. Despite not gaining that much screen time and without any character depth, however. But still, she didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, there's that pathetic piece of nothing who's still unfortunately alive. How wonderful.
Hi, it's so great to see you again.
Well, isn't that lovely for him to have a new friend now?
You're in the trash, fingers for brains.
And now he has 2 more rejected friends to have. I'm so happy for him.
Get away from me, troll.
Hi, it's so great to see you again.
Okay, now she's just being almost as creepy as Smiler since she's clearly a robot.
I gotta get out of here.
You can't. And at the end of the day, the trash gets emptied and we're all gonna die.
Oh, nice. So it's apparently a homicide/suicide type of fate for these losers. Good to know.
No!
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
This is the last face you will ever see.
Well, I guess that went pretty well for him after having to feel worried about what has become of him. But now we all know that he'll be fine. For now. Okay, so let's see how Jean and Jailbreak are doing right now at the Spotify app. Oh, nice. Actually, I kind of like that song there. You know, I may not be a big fan of Omi since I've never heard of his songs before till I did research on this guy recently. But either way, this is pretty decent. Whoa, hold on a sec. Don't change the song to opera. I was just starting to enjoy that tune.
Whoa, this is Spotify?
Yep. Every one of those streams is a different song.
Oh, okay. So that's what she meant by music streaming. That makes sense now. Either way, I'll admit that this app here is actually not that bad at all, and I never thought I would ever say anything positive in this film, despite how everything so far has been such a massive train wreck by this point. If only this film was properly structured with good care in the past, then I would have enjoyed this scene and forgave this film a little more. But sadly, this isn't the case.
Is it safe?
I don't know. You tell me.
That's why you gotta
Whoa! Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Sure, this is a good idea.
Fastest way to the trash, dude!
Can we at least pick a calmer stream?
Okay, buzzkill.
Oh, look who's talking. Man, I wish that scene would last longer and enjoy every musical streams there are. If only these characters were more likable and to listen to something else instead of Kitty Tits, to be honest. Meanwhile, in the human world, Alex is still having some issues with his phone.
Alex, a bunch of people are hitting the promenade. I think Addie might be there too.
Promenade? Really, dude? I don't think anyone in high school has ever said that word before in their lives or around their friends, unless you're a high-profile nerd or some other clique for that matter.
That's perfect.
I have an appointment down there anyway. I've got to get this phone fixed.
Yeah, you do.
Sucks to be you, my friend. Meanwhile, back at the Spotify app.
Much better. So, I gotta ask, is it true that when a princess whistles, birds fly down from the skies and...
Hello, stereotype. That is a complete and total myth. I'm sorry.
Well, geez, no need to overreact since he had no idea that was a stereotype and probably had no knowledge about any of that. By the way, I was wondering why you were pretending to be a hacker in the first place anyways.
Did you realize that on the first emoji set, a woman can either be a princess or a bride? That's why I need to get to the cloud, where you can be whoever you want to be.
Now, hold on. I get what you're trying to say here, and it's true that there are female emojis that are like that, as well as most of them wearing pink clothing. However, from my understanding, I think there are supposed to be more female emojis that express all sorts of different emotions the last time I've checked. And plus, there are some of them that had done other activities the same way as men emojis had. So I have no idea why you would think that all female emojis are being stereotyped for their genders besides you. And by the way, just to point out something here unrelated to this film, there was a video that promoted the idea that women are being limited to stereotypes due to either lack of female emojis, which I doubted that, or some female emojis who were wearing pink, despite one of them actually wearing that type of color on her shirt, as this make her a bit of a hypocrite if you ask me, and that these emojis would ruin their lives forever. But of course, due to a few YouTube commentators such as Just a Robot, had already refuted and pretty much debunked their claims like a few years ago. So basically, what I'm saying here is that her argument isn't exactly 100% accurate since these writers don't even know how emojis work as it seems. Anyways, Jailbreak, are you gonna answer my question from before?
Get ready. Whale song coming.
A whale song?
Wait, whale what?
A whale song from Alex's biology presentation.
Whoa!
Oh, okay, well that makes sense now that you explain it. I guess that would mean that Alex isn't all that stupid and lazy than what I initially thought whenever he does his homework. I'm a little impressed by that. Although I still wish there was more proof to that claim, but for now I'll just take her word for it. But just this once.
You're not gonna see that sitting around in a cube.
It's funny, you want out of the cube, and I want in.
Jean, if that means you can't be yourself, what's the point?
Oh boy, I think he's having an existential crisis moment right now. Yeah, I've been there once before, but later pulled myself out of it afterwards.
No, I think you're pretty cool just the way you are.
You know, I think that's really nice of you to say that about him and to make him feel better and all. But here's one problem. I thought your job was to help him get reprogrammed so that he could be accepted among his peers again while you take the advantage of him in order for you to get access through the firewall and reach the cloud storage within the Dropbox app. Also, why are you just now deciding to have a personal relationship with him when you said at one point from before that he should keep his chit-chat to a minimum since you two had never had any real conversations besides trying to rescue each other from certain death and to keep on moving while following your orders the whole time? I mean, why the change of plans just to develop a relationship with him when you only met this guy for like a day or so, and the fact that you two come from different lifestyles as well as having different life goals besides both of you being rebellious in your own ways. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be his friend or anything, but what I'm saying here is that you agreed to help him out with his dilemma, and so you shouldn't force your own beliefs down his throat despite how justifiable your reasons are to have freedom of expression, and the fact that he has parents anyways, as they might miss him for all we know. So please, I'm asking you to focus on the mission and don't try to make things harder for him than it should be, since he's obviously confused by the purpose of his own existence. Oh yeah, sure, let's not forget to reinforce the romantic build-up between them despite having very little in common. How lovely.
We're gonna need this.
Well, that ended real quickly. I guess our little love moment will just have to wait for next time. Whatever. Wait a sec. Was I asking something? Oh, damn it. I almost forgot to ask her again about why she lied about herself. I think that well jumping scene might have distracted me. Yeah, I remember now. So yeah, I'm guessing she doesn't want any character depth for herself, as it seems to me that she keeps on dodging that question. Go figure. So anyways, I wonder how High Five is doing lately in the trash. Probably dead by this point.
Nobody knows the touchscreens I've seen. Nobody knows my screenshots. In the trash? Me?
Why, yes you are. And I'm probably guessing that you're not handling your situation that very well as it seems. Also, please stop saying that crappy parody version of the song "Nobody Knows the Triple Scene." It's been ripped off plenty of times in past films already.
Used to be somebody. Here I am, in an old email Alex never sent. Addy, blah, 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 blah.
Wow, I guess you must have not really cared about whatever he wrote in his old email from God knows when, besides seeing an emoji image of yourself in it, perhaps. Boy, do these writers have a thing against written languages or what? As well as how hypocritical they are to promote anti-words when they too had also used them in their script.
And then there's me, High Five, right there, doing my job.
FYI, nobody cares about you.
You know, even though I'm completely against trolling of all sorts online, but just for this once as an exception, I have to admit that I'm actually on the troll's side here when he makes it clear to him that nobody cares about him, since that statement couldn't have been any more factual than it already has been, and I'm just glad that someone decided to have the balls to tell him like it is to his fat face.
Just leave me, troll, and let me die in this dump alone.
Good. So die then already.
We look for the world's smallest violin in here, so you can play it.
Ew, dude. Don't freaking spit towards the audience while you're still mocking High Five.
It's the Hand Angel of Mercy. She's finally come for me.
I'm sorry, what? The Hand Angel of Mercy? What the hell are you talking about?
Give me your hand! I mean, give it yourself!
Oh, let me guess. This is supposed to be one of those old cliches where a rescuer ends up being mistaken for an angel to a victim due to their blurry visions against a bright light source. Like I haven't seen that one before.
Take my hand, Angel. I'm ready to take my place amongst the other great hands of the past.
It's me, Gene!
Gene?
The one and only.
Gene!
I got him!
So apparently they just arrived on time to rescue him before he was permanently deleted for good. Hooray!
Take me with you!
Oh god! That came out somewhat creepy to see that troll act all desperate by getting a bit physical there all of a sudden.
High five!
Let go of me!
Don't leave me down here!
You were wrong, troll! People do care about me, and I'm not upset, troll! Do you see how not upset I am?
Wow, dude. You know, I just find it so ironic that you are acting like a much bigger bully than those internet trolls down there. I mean, that was a bit of a dick move you did there before mocking them afterwards while you got your freedom back. Gee, maybe you do belong with those assholes down in the dumps after all.
Gene, you came back for me. You saved me.
It wasn't just me. Jailbreak helped too.
Good lord.
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
There really is nothing greater than the feeling of being truly free.
The only thing that my own hand is doing is to bury my face in shame and disappointment over the fact that we might have made a mistake to go rescue him in the first place.
You filthy trolls, I inhaled your stench, but I was once one of you, so I too feel your pain. Now go. Be free!
Okay. I didn't expect that from him all of a sudden. Apparently, it looks like you had a change of heart for a moment there. That's nice, I guess.
Should be smooth sailing from here.
Oh, well, never mind then. I guess he's still just a selfish idiot after all. I am not surprised at all.